Are ready. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for December 3rd, 2019. Qs are going to be down 0.83. You can see they was gapping down more. Got some follow through early in the morning and then has since recovered up a bit. Okay, so what we are going to be watching for now that we got through the area we were looking at yesterday, is if one of these hourly bars breaks. I am using a 65 here. It's typically what I use just so that the bars are uniform. It's as opposed to an hourly, which either the first or the last bar is going to be only 30 minutes if you use an hourly chart, depending on your platform. So this is just a 65-minute chart. A break of a previous bar's low is going to trigger a sell setup, and we can look for some follow through lower, okay, on the Qs and SPY. So you can see we got the follow through, and now we're looking for the retracement. Okay, so this is what we anticipated yesterday, right? Is that if we get through that daily support area here, right in here, okay, the next setup is a bearish opportunity, is a shortable opportunity. Okay, that may come off the daily or the hourly is what we're going to be watching for at the moment. Okay, so a break of a previous bar's low, and the next move lower, we can expect a retest of today's lows. Okay, so we're getting that hourly sell setup. So that is going to make us short-term bearish. Long-term, however, weekly, monthly are still in an uptrend, still bullish. Okay, so we are looking for the start of the pullback now. Okay, so we'll see if we get it going into tomorrow. Going to be anticipating a bearish setup as a shortable opportunity. Okay, so bearish bias short term, long term still remains intact. This could just be setting up the pullback into this a little bit more support here on the daily for the next move up. So for now, though, we're going to be watching the hourly 65-minute, either way you want to do it, okay, for the next attempt to break lower. Okay. All right, let's go into today's plays. I thought Cara was the best. It was pretty wild at the open. Wish I'd gotten involved because this ended up being really the nicest one here. Right at the open here, this breakdown, similar to how the Roku set up yesterday, right? Once it just broke those lows, established those lows a couple times, and then broke lower, okay? In this one, you could have held all day. So that is always nice to see. The way that I hold them all day is I let, after it gets to target, just hold a runner. And usually I limit that to about a quarter of the initial position, and we just let it go. Okay, so I know some people still in it here at the end of the day after being in it all day, and that are some well-earned patient profits there. Very, very nice gap here, gapping against this short-term uptrend, putting all of those longs underwater, right? So very nice follow through on the Cara. That was on the favorites this morning for a short, okay? And if you caught it this morning, you really could have. I don't think it was necessarily the easiest hold, but if you got some out initially, that always makes it a lot easier. There was another entry here. Someone in the room mentioned it as well, right as it was breaking underneath 1850 if you didn't catch it in the morning. So that is one that I'd wish I'd gotten involved because there was some really nice follow through. I was a little bit scared off by the spread this morning, but ended up working out just fine. All right, the one that I did call here is the Regi off of this 5-minute base. Here are the numbers on the Regi over 1785. So over this base here, over 1785, and then stop is the bottom of the base. Right here's that base that we're looking at. Okay, so that was the call on the Regi. Looking for 18 and then to hold the rest there. Okay, so we actually didn't have the REGI this morning as a gap up initially, but that's what it was. Gap up over this consolidation. I like that the 20s coming up here, pinching it in between the 200. Okay, clearing a lot of this. There was more resistance up above, but gapping up on a day where the market was gapping down, I did like that relative strength that it showed on the REGI. Okay, so the REGI clearing some resistance, but into some more. But I did like the setup, and I did like the relative strength. So not a perfect gap, but right in there. Right on the retest, we took half, took another piece as it trailed under 1818 when it made new highs, and then held the runner here just until the last few minutes, kind of right as it was coming on. I wasn't sure if it was going to trail or if it had just flattened before the close, but it did end up just closing out there. We trailed under the 5-minute on that last piece. But here's that 65-minute. We got in it right in here. We were out most of it by the time it made these new highs, and then kind of just sat through this pullback and closed at the end of the day. So, whenever there's nice runners like this, tells me that, the gaps are moving, that there are things on their own page. I'm sure the market rallying here into the close of the day kind of helped this Regi give us a nice bit of follow through on the runner piece. But even something like the Cara, relative weakness. I mean, this, right? Market was rallying most of the afternoon. This closes at the absolute lows, right? This for sure was on its own page. Really, really nice shock value on this Cara. So when you get this kind of shock value, it can eat right through all of this support because traders are trapped. Okay. So nice couple plays if you caught them. Maybe you caught both. The Cara was kind of a regret for me, but I did have some opportunities to play it. So, I thought, that was kind of the one. Regi was kind of a nice, I guess, consolation prize, though. And this one actually came up at lunch. So, I tell traders who are relatively new to trading and are a little bit worried about the additional volatility, additional spready and wild things at the open, that you can wait until later in the morning into afternoon to look for some setups. Usually they're less wild, and then the follow through on this was pretty good. Got a chance to just hold it all day. Okay, so I hope you did well today. I think we are approaching into the holiday season, so if your trading activity starts to kind of fall off a little bit, I think that's completely normal. Okay, but as you can see, there's always going to be some nice ones, and being in the room helps us kind of focus on these, build the list early, know which one are the favorites to go after. Okay, so hopefully you did well today, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. All right, have a good evening.